Hey guys, it's Kaci Lennox, and if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling.
Welcome to the We Love Wrestling Spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Danielle from the Pretty Heels, and today we have a model. We have a pro wrestler. We have someone who this past weekend was on the GCW 15 card. Yes, the Legend of the Medallion. This weekend, she will be defending her Ignite Championship. We are with Miss Kaci Lennox. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. Danielle, how you doing?
Hanging in there.
So, Casey, you get to be one of our first people that we're going to do something different. Usually, I ask my first question, but now what we want to do, I want you to put yourself over. That way, we can get out to the people, your social media, anything that you got going, any YouTube, if you got a YouTube page, anywhere they can support you. We just want you to go ahead and put yourself over to our viewers.
So, obviously follow me on all of my social media, which is the same across all three platforms. It's the Kaci Lennox. So on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and then my merch is at kacielennox.com. I do have a Patreon. That is Patreon/Miss Kaci Lennox. But yeah, follow me. I'm a pretty much open book, and if I don't accept your friend requests on Facebook, don't worry. Everything I post on Twitter gets posted to Facebook, and my Facebook is open, so it doesn't matter. Like you're getting everything that I would post anyway. So yeah, follow me.
Oh, that's our first put yourself over moment that we do. We're gonna do that in the beginning now. But Miss Kaci Lennox, the first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
So what started my love for wrestling? How old was I? 10, so 18 years ago. Just sitting up in the nosebleed section, pretty much like everybody else who went to the first wrestling event. I actually seen Tori Wilson in a bikini contest, and just something the way that the crowd reacted to her and the rest of the females in the ring. I don't know. It was just something that clicked me, and I was like, I want to do this. Like, I have to do this. She was strong. She was sexy. She got the crowd's attention. And then just, as I watched it more and more, the way that the females are kind of like they're role models to younger females, to younger generations of children, and even to men. So that's why I do it.
Love to hear. So you said Tori Wilson. You saw her in a
Tori
bikini.
Wilson.
Was she like your favorite growing up, or did you have any other favorites?
She was my favorite 18 years ago. My favorite. I don't know. How else she's still my favorite? No, she's the one that made me fall in love with it. Her feud with Dawn Marie and her dad. That was freaking great. I love Maria Canales. I love obviously Trish Stratus, Lita, Jacqueline Jazz. Literally everybody. They all had different things that made them unique and made me love them. So I loved everybody, but definitely Tori Wilson and Stephanie.
Shout out to Stephanie. So let me ask you, how did you get into wrestling?
Wow.
It's like the secrets.
No. It's not bad. Back at home, you could not start training until you were 18 years old, just for legal reasons. So at 18, after I graduated high school and got enough money and saved enough, I went to my local wrestling school, which was Gilberg's Pro Wrestling Academy, and I started there, and then I stopped, and then I moved to Florida, and I started all over again. So that is my journey.
Did you say Goldberg or Gilbert?
Oh, Gilberg. No.
Gilberg. Okay.
Gilberg, yeah. The one that act was like Goldberg.
Danielle, you got.
He was just on Raw, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I fell asleep because I'm old. But
I just wanted to make sure I heard that right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
I want to hear, Terry, I know you kicked it to me. I want to hear a little bit more about this because, we see Gilbert as a gimmicked wrestler.
Mhm.
I only know him as a gimmicked wrestler. I don't know maybe what I'm sure he has some real wrestling ability, but I've only been exposed to him as the doppelganger of
Mhm.
Goldberg. So can I know a little bit more about like being at the Gilberg school and a little bit of the time that you spent there?
So I will say that uh how do you say this? Okay, so it was a school like under his name, like he owned it. And I guess they would just use his name, to bring in more people because you hear Gilberg and you automatically think, oh, he's been on TV. Let me train with him.
Mhm.
It was ran by a couple other wrestlers that were in Maryland. Um, but other than that, I mean, we had Ronnie Zuko who's there. Um, we had a lady named Kim. Um, so they would just, I mean, they were on TV probably in the same capacity as Gilbert, back in his day, but not as big of a role. Um, but they taught us. I mean, I was only there for a year, so I don't want to like I was gonna say the S word. I don't want to curse. I don't want to talk crap about them, but um, I don't know. I feel like I just learned kind of like the basics there. Um, like roles, just how to say bumps and stuff like that. I don't think that if I would have stayed there, my career would have, uh, it, how do you say it? I don't think my career would have, gotten to where it is now. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm glad, like I went there. I'm glad I had that experience and I met some really good friends and made lasting like memories with Jess Carr, who's the ref for WWE. But I don't know. I feel like if I would have started at 18, I should have went somewhere else, like not
Mm,
Maryland. But that's my experience there. Everybody has a different one.
mhm,
It was a brand new school, so
mhm.
yeah.
So now let's fast forward to you moving to Florida. What school did you attend once you made that move? And like, how much? I know that there obviously there's a difference, but how was that? How have you progressed now? Being a student at that school and moving up.
So I actually started at a school that shall not be named, and then I went to Pro Wrestling 2.0 to train with Ace Steel, um, and then he eventually, got re-signed with WWE after the whole COVID situation. And right now I am at Team 3D, which is honestly probably the place that I should have been from the start. So many people had told me that was the place I should have been from the start. But just their training is so intense, and you don't like if you don't want to do a drill, you still have to do it. So many schools are like, oh, it's okay. You don't have to do it. You can just sit on the side. Like at 3D, you have to do every drill. And you have to do it until you get it right. You can't do it sloppy because then you're going to take that sloppy drill and you're going to apply it to an actual match. And it's going to be like, it's not going to look right. And Devon doesn't want that on his name. Um, Other than the in-ring training there, we have Coach Dan Carr, who is our ME trainer. So that's muscular endurance, which is just it's blowing you up, but it's also like building your muscles so that when you get in the ring, you can actually last. Which is very different than any other school that I've been at because like no other school has that. So yeah, I feel like I should have been there the whole time. I should have listened. I'm stubborn and I'm like, I'm gonna go where I want to go.
Shouts out to Team 3D or in the
Yeah.
school. What's the name of the school officially?
So it's called Devon Dudley Academy now.
Oh, Devon Dudley Academy. Shouts out to them.
Yeah.
I guess my last question would be, until I kick it back to Terry, is okay, you're there, you're at this school, and I know that like the actual training and like you said, the muscle endurance and things of that nature is very, very important. But I want to talk about your character development, right? So what's the evolution been like from the first time you said, I want to be this character, this is who I'm going to be, to who you are today? And I understand that you're wrestling this weekend, I think, and defending a title
Yes.
or something like that. Yeah. So let's talk
Yeah.
about that evolution.
So I would say I don't want to say I don't have a character, but I like when I think a character, and when I guess like other people think a character, maybe they think of somebody like maybe like Goldust or like um let's think like Jim Duggan, somebody who like comes out with some prop or something like that, or has like this full like made up thing. When I think of my character, I just feel like I'm an enhanced version of myself. Like
Okay.
to 1,000, because in wrestling you always have to be big and grand and stuff like that. So when I think of my character, it's really just me. Like I'm a Gemini, so I play that a lot.
I apologize for Terry. He definitely has no poker face. No poker face.
I play off of that a lot. I'm really nice, but like if you cross me like once or twice or whatever, then I think I cut you off. And that's what I try to portray in the ring. Like I'll be really sweet. And then, if I'm a bad guy, then I'll be nice in the beginning and then I'll beat your ass. And then if I'm not, or if I'm a good guy, then once you beat my ass, I'm gonna just come at you tenfold at the end. So that's how I do my character. I haven't really worked at it at the new school, at Devon School. I mean, I've tried to incorporate it more into my matches. And until he, gives me advice on it or critiques on it, then I'll know what to fix and what not to fix. But yeah, that's who I am. Sweet.
Oh, she's a Sour Patch.
That's my favorite candy. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm kicking it back to you, Terry.
Yeah, it's back to me, Geminis. Huh? All right. Let's get past that. So today is Wednesday. If we drop this afternoon, then what I'm about to say will actually go with it. So
Okay.
this morning I got on YouTube, and on the Title Match Network, they dropped the match that you had this past weekend with Sky Blue from GCW. How was that experience for you, being your first time debuting there at GCW?
So it actually was not my first time debuting. Thank you very much.
You lied to me.
Sour Patch. Sour Patch.
So no, I've worked at GCW I don't know, like over a year ago, so it's fine. I'll give you a break. Anywho, I'll give you a break. But it was fun. Like it's so different than what it was before, to me at least. The crowd was bigger, production was bigger. Like he really knows how to run these shows. Jeremy's so freaking good. And I mean, you always will get to work quality opponents. So that's what makes it super fun, because you're guaranteed to get better. When you continuously work better people, like you just get better. There's no way to get worse. So it's really fun. I love working there. I can't wait to get back. And then Ignite this Saturday. I got all the wrestling lined up.
Ignite. I saw that. You'll be defending the title there, Ignite Wrestling. Just came out of nowhere. Who is it that you're facing?
I'm facing Ellie and Aspen Rose. So the mermaid and then the dream girl.
Right. They just made that a triple threat like yesterday or the day
before. They just be
springing
this stuff on me. Like I'm ready. Let me tell you, I'm ready.
Okay. And then I saw that the week after that you're on Nova Rising for GCW, so you'll be going back.
I will. I said I got a lot of stuff lined up. I got some stuff lined up that I can't even say.
Oh man.
I know.
I know. Well, can we at least say this? When you can say, can we be the entity that you come to break it?
Sure.
Can we have exclusivity to that? Can you at least say that?
I can say that. As long as as long as they don't share it before I share it. They probably will, but hopefully they send me the flyer first, and then I can send it to you guys, and then we can all share it on the same day.
Okay, cool.
Works.
Terry looks skeptical.
I don't know what she talking about, but it sounded like something big because she said the flyer to her and then whew, pay attention, people. Jason, let me ask you this. So I'm seeing you in the Maryland area wrestling. See you down there in Florida wrestling. I've seen a few of your matches. Is there anyone, or if I could ask you, 3 people that you haven't faced that you would like to face in your future?
So this is gonna be an awkward answer. I always want to face Eddie Guerrero. That's number one.
Okay.
Just because, like, obviously I grew up watching him, the stories that he's able to tell, his moveset, literally everything about that man is, perfection. So is this new people or old people? Hold up, because I just gave you an old person, like a not even a live person.
It's 3 people you want to name. It don't matter who they are. I mean, I'm gonna go. I got somewhere to go off of your first answer, but keep going.
Oh, I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Yeah, you know I'm going there.
I know where you're going.
So Eddie, and I'm gonna give you another WWE person. I want to wrestle Dolph, for the same exact reasons. He is amazing on his sells. He's amazing on his wrestling. He's amazing. His character. He's amazing. And then my third person, I don't know. I want to say it's not in WWE, but I don't know. Where are you going to go off that first one, though? I feel like I know where you're going, but I'm scared.
I want to hit a third one before he
She
takes it
know
to the.
everybody know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
She was one of our spotlights. We talked to her.
Yeah.
Who should I pick for my third one? I feel like I'd like to wrestle. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but her name's Kikyo. She's based in California. Her and I wrestled before, and she's given me like a really, really good match. But I'd like to wrestle her again. I'm the worst at thinking off the top of my head. But Kikyo, I feel. You were shaking your head, Kikyo?
Yeah, I heard the name. I've
Sweet.
seen her before.
Yeah, no, she's dope.
When we say we love wrestling here, it's very extensive. So it's not it's not like a little thing we say. But here we go. We here. Eddie Guerrero.
Oh Lord.
We talked to her. She was on our spotlight. She wrestled, came back at the GCW Diamond Cup. Saul Guerrero. I mean, that match could happen. I mean, would you be?
It could happen. It could, and I'm glad she's back in wrestling. Like, she's super freaking talented. That I don't know why she stopped, but I'm glad she's back. Hopefully she's back for the long run. But yeah, dude, that would be crazy. That would be insane. Now that I think about it.
Robin, I know you watched these spotlights. You was our first episode this season. You heard what she just said.
I'm stroking my beard.
You ain't gotta give me credit for it. Just make it happen. I just cool. But she said that'll be awesome. Casey, the things that happen here when people talk to us, you tell us matches that you want to have. We talk to some people, the matches come up and they're like, oh my God. We just get excited.
No, but for if it happens, I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm gonna have to come on here again and be like, oh my God.
That's right. But remember that.
Yeah, take over for a second.
Okay, so I mean, I think that would be a great match. Are there any I know that we're in a global pandemic, so things are a little challenging. Are there any particular regions that, I mean, let's put Corona aside for a minute and just like play, just for the interest of shits and giggles. Is there any particular region of wrestling that you'd like to wrestle in that you haven't done already?
I have wrestled pretty much everywhere except for like the West Coast. Like I've done like a show like when you look at the map, because I'm thinking of the map now. I've done a show everywhere but like this side of the map. Everything like in the middle of the country, I've done a show there. But I really, really, really want to go to the UK. That is
Okay.
my favorite style of wrestling. Um, just because they have a mix, to me, they have a mix of wrestling. They have mat wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
They have, they're high flyers. They have somebody that does everything. So the UK
Mm-hmm.
is definitely somewhere that I would love to go
They've got a
and
host of
wrestle.
brawlers.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
love their wrestling. Like literally, some of my favorite wrestlers on TV right now are from the UK. So yeah, the UK would be my top pick to go. Um, that or like Japan. Japan is always they're hard hitting and stuff over there. And sometimes I'm a little baby, so I don't know if I can handle it, but um, definitely the UK. That's at the top of my list. And I mean, with COVID, hopefully soon, the borders are back open and we can, travel and stuff like that. But definitely there. I would love to
Mm.
go there.
Greatness, greatness. UK, Japan people. It's so many different matches that you can have out here. I know someone from Japan who hits hard, but we won't give her that shout out right now. Casey, before we end this, got to ask you this one thing. Well, I just want to talk to you about it. I see that you have
Scared.
a love for the Fiji water, which aggravates.
Yes!
Yeah, let's
Fiji,
talk.
because they say I'm bougie. I don't know if that's true, but listen, there's not Fiji water in here. It's Brita water.
I might be. Can't
She's
steal.
posing. You could have kept kayfabe, Casey.
Nah, man, nah. This is expensive water. Like this ain't cheap water. Fiji, we need a sponsorship because you see this? We're just plugging you right now.
You can
Um,
get like
I don't.
6 for like $8 or something. But
You got six for $8.
that's neither here or there though. But go ahead.
Nah, my water. It's way more expensive here.
Oh
I don't
no,
know
we
because we're in the tourist district.
we in the Midwest. The facts, Orlando will take money from you, but I don't
Yeah, they
want to talk
will.
about that.
Hey, don't bash good old Florida. Florida's keeping wrestling alive. Don't bash them. I appreciate
They
Florida. In
are.
some respects, not all of them.
Yeah.
Let me bash something though. I saw your team lose this weekend.
You what?
I saw your team lose this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
How you
Should I
feel?
mute you now or later?
No, mute me. I like them though. Big
Do
trust.
you?
Yeah, I
Do
do.
you?
I
Doesn't sound
do.
like you do. It don't sound like you do.
I like them over the team they played.
Me too.
Nah,
Man, they really did lose. You just brought it up. Like that's crazy.
She had suppressed it, and you just brought it back to the front.
I know. Once we
Thanks,
lose, we don't think
thanks,
about that
Terry.
stuff.
Yeah,
We just pretend like we're
thanks.
going on to another week. We don't even like to remember the week that we lost. We just like to remember, the next game we're gonna play next year. No, this year. It's
oh,
gonna be this year.
okay. In the new season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We like to think about new horizons, new seasons, new wins, new everything. Not the old bad players we had that we're still gonna have, but it's fine. I digress.
I only did that because I wanted to see if the Gemini side would come out like, oh, no, he didn't. Like, okay, but
Listen,
took it good.
listen. I know when my team is bad, but like the thing about the Ravens, I feel, and I tell everybody this, they get cocky when they start playing games, and when they start getting points on the board, they start getting cocky, and they think that they can do whatever they want, they're gonna win whatever they want to do. But I didn't know Lamar had a concussion, so we should have a rematch. They should replay that game.
Run it back.
We're
Right,
not
Get a
getting
right.
do-over.
we not going to do that. No. No rematches at all. No. So let's see here. Miss Kaci Lennox. Here's I got two more questions. This one's I think it's an easy question. And it's random. So the Rock or Stone Cold?
Oh, that's not an easy question, Terry. The setup was horrible. That was a setup.
I got to throw him off a little bit.
Damn. The Rock, and only because he's fine looking.
Mm.
Boom. They're
Boom.
both
I
not
don't have
okay.
no comment on
This
that.
is that's the setup. He's right. But The Rock because he's fine looking, and we're both black. Boom. That's
Boom.
it. Next question.
All
It
right.
was easy. We thought it was hard, but it was easy.
They're both really good wrestlers, though, and I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think I like Stone Cold's song more than The Rock's. I don't know. It's like glass breaking. It makes me feel all badass inside.
Of
Oh,
course.
that glass breaking. I don't care where you are.
I know.
When that glass shatters, oh, people lose their shit.
I know.
I get it.
Okay.
All right.
Theme song goes to Austin. Looks go to Dwayne.
I don't I don't know. I don't have a choice on looks. But let's end this out this way though. She just threw me out. I don't even know how to finish it. There you go. Take over. You got any last thing to say? So I get
He thought he was setting you up, girl, and you
No.
totally
Mm-mm.
you backhanded. You
Put that
served
thing
him back.
reversed it.
Yep.
All right. I'm good now. So the last thing I'm gonna ask, and I probably never asked this before, so I'm gonna ask you this. In 2021, if there was one thing that you could do in your career that you could make happen this year, what would that be?
Oh, easy. I would definitely do WrestleMania. Like even if I'm like signed, not signed, whatever. Just being in that atmosphere, seeing that stage, and especially this year because I think they are bringing back fans. WrestleMania, like that's what everybody's goal, everybody's dream is to, be on the big stage. So that, I mean, I would love to sign a contract. I'm manifesting my contract, but if it doesn't happen this year, I just want to go to WrestleMania and be, backstage as an athlete, not in the stands as a fan. So yeah.
There it is. WrestleMania was announced for 2 nights. We've been talking. We don't know if we going or not. But I don't know. If we go, maybe we see Kaci as an extra, or maybe it's people getting signed. Who knows? You never know. Danielle, I appreciate Kaci. I enjoyed this conversation. I mean, I'll tell this little story before we go. So my first time meeting you was at MLW in Chicago. We came in, we was sitting front row, and I knew who you were, so I was like, she might be here, she might not be.
Trust me, that's how I felt every day. I mean, every time they would have a show, I don't know if I'm going or not.
And then,
but that's another story.
we won't go into MLW.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I saw her walking through the stands before the show started, and I was like, we got action. That's what I said in my head. We got action. She's right there. So I got up, and I shot across, took a picture with her and everything. And I was just like, hey, I got the picture with one of the people who I wanted to get a picture with. So, just meeting you that day, you was nice. And now talking to you, you're a nice person, even though you're a Gemini and a Ravens fan. But, other than that.
Wow.
You see how he weaved it in, though? Like it was weaved in.
I know. That's how they always do it because they can't say enough into a Gemini space like that. But I understand.
Hey.
I understand. Takes a lot to come at a Gemini.
Man, because we keep this so copacetic here, we're going to stop right there. We're not going to go into zodiac battles at all. Danielle, I was this close. Danielle, I'm going to ask you again. Any final things before we get out of here?
No, I want to thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. And, thank you for the work that you do. Like we, a lot of us are fans and have had, we haven't had the pleasure of being in the ring, but we do know that it takes a lot. And we appreciate you for putting your body on the line for, for our entertainment. So thanks
for like, setting up these podcasts and giving us an outlet to share our story and share who we are and, get our name out there. So we appreciate it.
And we appreciate you for building our love for wrestling. That's what I should say at the end of it, because everybody so the thing with these, and I'll tell you truthfully, we probably never said this on the spotlight. We don't talk to anybody unless we have a genuine interest or someone has seen you wrestle live or has followed you. Because I just feel like it's about the wrestling. So a little bit later this week, you'll probably see a little video montage of some of your wrestling clips come out that I have put together. With your match coming out this morning, I wanted to add a little bit more to it. So you'll probably see that later this week, but it's the wrestling for us. But we do thank you for giving us this time, out of your day.
Thank
and we just
you.
appreciate it. So my last closing here, guys. We thank Miss Kaci Lennox for joining us. Like she said earlier, go to kclennox.com. Follow her on all her social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at the Kaci Lennox. Follow the Pretty Heels XOXO Instagram and Twitter. I think they still do stuff on there.
We do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Follow our pages, we LUV Wrestling everywhere. Hashtag it, you'll find us. And I'm Terry. And like I always say at the end of these, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.
Wait, you can't. There we go. Okay, too sweet for the culture.
Hey guys, how you doing? You should be here.
You should.
Shame on you, but have a nice day.